Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer, and last time on You Eat Loogie Soup, we got through all of Frosted Glaciers and a few levels here in Soda Jungle. As you can see, actually it lists all the levels we have yet to play. So we have... I didn't realize it showed you the levels before you actually unlocked them, unless... Yeah. So there's 100% completion in all these, but back in Soda Jungle, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually 7 levels we have to play today. And then we'll also be doing some in the next world, Rock Candy Mines. So, going into this, we start off with Soda Jungle - Ghost House, Boo's favorite haunt. Now... I remember this being the ghost house that I don't like. No, actually, this ghost house is fine. Maybe it's World Moraine Cloud ghost house? I don't remember. There's probably a hidden block there that you're supposed to use if you don't have a squirrel. A squirrel suit, as it's pronounced. Squirrel. Well... I did have a squirrel suit, but now I don't, so I have to take the normal exit. Kinda sucks. If this block doesn't have a squirrel suit, okay, it doesn't. Well then, guess I'm gonna have to use a squirrel suit. Why am I saying squirrel? I've been saying squirrel this whole time, but now I'm saying squirrel, and I don't think I can stop saying squirrel. Super acorn, mini mushroom. Yeah, I took a step away from, recording for a little bit, and I forgot how short these, You Eat Loogie Soup levels are. I guess we don't need a squirrel suit. We could use a propeller mushroom, but I'm fine. Oh yeah, we're back playing as Ala Gold today. Just because, well, we played as, I don't want to play as, Toadette particularly, considering, I did the math, and I should be able to play as Ala Gold today, and have it still work out fine, for episodes and stuff. Are you kidding me? Okay. If I run out of squirrel suits, I can go back to World 1. There's always a regenerating squirrel power-up. I guess while we're on that, I did promise I'd talk about power-ups in this episode, but I was kind of hoping to finish up this level before I really start on that conversation. Mostly as like a, just... I want to make progress, so that way I don't run out of talking points too soon. Anyway, I shouldn't have hit that. I really shouldn't have hit that. But it's fine. I can glide over all the other stuff. Here's the last, and there's the hidden Luigi in the level. A lot of levels with secret exits will hide the Luigi at, like, the secret exit. Anyway. That's the whole level. And now that I'm actually thinking about it, well, luckily the You Eat Loogie Soup levels are shorter. So, hopefully, this... level, which is my least favorite in You Eat Soup. Hopefully it's slightly better. I mean, it might actually be like my least favorite in like the entire new Soup series as a whole. But we'll see how it is here. Parabeetle Parade. Oh god. So far, not looking much better. Okay, I'll take the life. But yeah, I promised to talk about... Oh, this one actually I don't remember being too bad. But... Where are the star coins in this level? Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh, thank God. There's a hidden Luigi. This is gonna be rough without a squirrel suit, but that's the last star coin. No, I hate the... Calm. Calm. Okay, it's just a game. I can already tell it's gonna be fun. I guess, while I'm here, might as well talk about the power-ups. Did I talk about... I vaguely remember talking about Mario power-ups in some other episode, but whether that was for this game or for... I think I talked about them in 3D World. I want to say it was like episode 1 of 3D World. I went on a power-up tangent, but I think that was mostly about that game's power-ups, not necessarily about Mario power-ups as a whole, although I might have touched on Mario power-ups as a whole. Doesn't look likely. Yeah. Okay. That sucks. I guess I'll use one of my ice flowers. Yeah. No, I definitely talked about power-ups before, but I haven't talked about the Wonder power-ups that were shown off. So, I'm gonna first do a little recap of Mario power-ups as a whole, I guess. Starting with Fire Flower. Fire Flower is the staple. It lets Mario, or whoever you're playing as, attack from a distance. Pretty good. Although, definitely, like, my least favorite. I feel like it appears so often. And also, I think fire is an overdone, you know, concept of, like, you know... I don't know. I've never been that big into fire. Like, as a concept of, like... I'm gonna attack you with fire magic, or fire, you know, based attacks and stuff, you know? It's like... whoop-de-doo. You know, how original. It just feels like, you know, other elements out there are so much cooler. Like, I would totally say, ice is literally cooler, but also, electric-based attacks and... There I go. Okay. Yeah, but, like, electricity is a cooler element to use, and so is ice, in my opinion. Over fire any day. But that's beside the point. Fireball, pretty standard, pretty basic. I feel like every power-up kind of iterates on either the Fire Flower or the power-up introduced in Mario Bros. 3, the Super Leaf. I'm just gonna die. I don't have a Super Acorn. I'm not getting that other star coin. Okay. The Super Leaf allows Mario to hover in the air by just repeatedly hitting the button in Mario 3. In later games, they made it so you just have to hold the button, which is a better change. It's pretty good. And... so yeah, the, Super Leaf, pretty basic. You can also do a tail attack and build up enough speed to fly. The Super Leaf really helped with making secrets, because now there could be a secret where you have to have a Super Leaf if you want to, reach it, you know? So it was great for that. The Super Leaf was also really, really just good for expanding Mario's, you know, moveset. It was actually helpful with platforming, which, you know, good thing to be helpful with in a platformer. Wish I had a squirrel suit. It's fine, though. Sorry, I'm trying to have a conversation and play a game. Anyway, yeah, Super Leaf was helpful. They also introduced the hammer suit, which has never really made a return. And it was basically just, you were a hammer brother and your fireballs acted, you know, with an arc. I think it's cool, but it was too powerful because it could take out, like, otherwise indestructible enemies, such as thwomps, in my opinion, so that just makes it too powerful, and whole issue. So I understand why they didn't have it return. Then I guess I would say that, they also introduced the, Tanuki suit, which would let Mario transform into stone. Well, I'm gonna have to play the level twice, so I'll find out there. So then they had the frog suit, which just helped with swimming, probably because of, like, complaints about underwater levels, maybe? I don't know. As a reason to introduce it. In Super Mario Maker 2, they made it so the frog suit would also let you run across water if you actually did, if you actually did the, held an item in your hands with the frog suit, you could run across water in Mario Maker 2, which is a change that I think it may be needed. But, you know, frog suit is very, very situational, and it still is, very, very situational. Super Mario World, they basically just said, we're gonna take the Super Leaf and make it a bit better by having the Super Cape. And what the Super Cape did was, essentially, again, it was Super Leaf. You build up enough speed, you can go flying in the air. But you could stay in flight as long as you, you know, did the correct, tilted back on the, directional pad, like at the right time in the air. Well, there's the secret exit. Where's the last star coin? You know, and the cape had a better, like, range. Like, it wasn't just confined to, like, ground level, but it actually was, like, I'm pretty sure its hitbox was all of Mario's height, which is better for, you know, the power-up to thrive. So, then, you know, and Yoshi was kind of a power-up to some extent. You know, and that's what I mean. The cape was basically better Super Leaf, and that's what I think I mean when I say every Mario power-up is kind of an iteration on the Fire Flower or Super Leaf. With a couple of exceptions. After that, we didn't get any new Mario power-ups, until I want to say, New Soup. And the reason we didn't get any new Mario power-ups is because the game, we had Sunshine and 64, which didn't really have power-ups, but, well, 64 kind of had the caps. You know, but, like, the caps were kind of, Wing Cap was kind of Super Leaf again. Is it just back here? They frame it like there was another way I could have exited the level. Huh. invisibility cap was kind of just superstar. Oh yeah, the superstar makes you invincible for a little period of time and it ups your speed as well. But yeah, invisibility cap and metal cap are kind of just the superstar again. They felt much more like gimmicks than power-ups, to me at least. The wing cap was the only one that kind of felt like a power-up, but because of the nature of Super Mario 64, it felt like it was sometimes hard to use effectively, and just overall like it wasn't so much a power-up, especially since the things were temporary. They were definitely gimmicks less than power-ups. So, what other things do we have then? I guess, you know, and then in Sunshine you had the Flood, which, again, was more of a, you know, how the game is played type deal and less of a power-up. And the different nozzles, more of a how the game is played kind of deal and less of a power-up. Is that just death? That's just death. Okay. You know, so then, New Soup, introduced... You had your Fire Flower, but New Soup introduced the Mega Mushroom, Mini Mushroom, and Blue Shell. The Mega Mushroom made you grow gigantic, and it was basically just a different version of a superstar. Because, it made you invincible, but the difference was that you could also destroy stuff, you know, like a ton of stuff, and not just, like, run through enemies. But yeah, it was basically just a superstar. A bigger superstar. I feel like it's something to do with that guy. Oh, wait. I think I know what it is. It's grab the star coin, get out, come up here. That's what it is. Here's your hidden Luigi. This one's big, but it's hidden through the fact that that one actually did stump me getting to it. Anyway. So yeah, the Mini Mushroom, we've seen it in this game. It didn't have the run-up walls ability that it has in this game, but otherwise, it could run across water and enter specific mini pipes. It definitely is a gimmicky power-up like the Mega Mushroom, and it's not really a power-up, but it's kind of like a cool challenge aspect. You're floatier, and as such, you're more mobile. In my opinion, it feels like you're going faster, even though it's the same speed, but you're just smaller, so you technically are, proportionally to your size. But, all in all, I really like, the Mini Mushroom. It was a great way to hide secrets, basically saying, can you beat the level without getting hit, or something to that effect, you know? Which one? There's the star coin. I didn't mean to do that. I thought I was going to land on that red pipe. Anyway. Mini Mushroom pretty cool. Giving it the ability to run up walls in this game, I feel like it was just more of a easier way to hide small passages and secrets type deal. And also just because it feels cool to do. You know. I could have probably gotten them all, but who cares? So, what's, and then the Blue Shell. The Blue Shell was hard to use. It improved your swim speed, so I guess it's based off the frog suit and not really, you know, anything else, but it improved your swim speed, and when you started running, you would tuck into the shell and you could spin into enemies to defeat them. Or you could hide in the shell to block damage. I don't know if it fully blocked damage or if it just reduced it. Well, reduce isn't the thing it can do. It feels like it blocked damage, but not all damage, maybe. Like if a Goomba walked into it, it would just turn around type of deal, but not like if a Thwomp tried to crush you. I forget how it works, and I literally just replayed the game like a couple weeks ago. Anyway, Blue Shell's fun at points, but it's also annoying to just use in a level because he starts spinning, and the only way to stop is to A, stop holding down the button, and B, I think you have to like ground pound midair or something. That's how I usually do it, at least. But yeah, definitely hard power up to use. Can still be fun, still good for underwater levels. Oh my god, I'm not surprised that it hasn't made a return. Then, in Wii Eat Soup, they introduced the Propeller Mushroom and the Penguin Suit. The Propeller Mushroom allows you to get a one-time, like, straight-up vertical, you know, boost. And then it slowed your descent after that. But that slowing of the descent also slowed your, horizontal descent. So, it actually wasn't too worth it, in my opinion. If you needed to slow your fall, it wasn't too great for that. Oh my god! It's supposed to be a hidden secret block, but it actually killed me. I'm struggling. Yeah. So, Propeller Suit, pretty good. It's an iteration on the Super Leaf, but more focused around verticality and stuff, and just being useful in almost every circumstance. Not having to build up a running start and all that. The Penguin Suit was an iteration on the Frog Suit and Fire Flower. Actually, let's talk about the Ice Flower, because the Ice Flower is an iteration on the Fire Flower, but it could kill certain enemies the Fire Flower can't by freezing them, but then you had to use the ice, you know, throw the ice block to actually finish them off. Which, you know, pretty cool. But the Ice Flower, I think, is more useful than the Fire Flower in almost every situation, because you can throw the ice blocks and potentially... Oh my god! It's the same block! Oh my god. Ice Flower is more useful because it kills more enemies, and if you need to throw something at the star coin to grab it or whatever, Ice Flower has you covered. You know? Or you could wipe out a long line of enemies as a single ice block, you know? Like, all in all, I just think Ice Flower is better than Fire Flower, but the Penguin Suit is better than both, because not only does it have the Ice Ball function of the Ice Flower, but it can also has increased swim speed, it doesn't slip on the ice, and you can do a belly slide kind of similar. Oh my god! Oh my god. You guys are probably tired of watching me die on this level over and over. And the fact it's been like 3 times in a row to the same block. Anyway. Penguin Suit could belly slide similar to Blue Shell, but it was more controllable and more fun. I mean, we've seen it in this game too. New Soup 2 didn't actually introduce any new power-ups, I don't think, aside from the Golden Flower, which was just a fire flower, but it had an effect radius. And turn stuff into coins, I guess. One could make the argument that the Golden Block Hat is a new power-up. You'd be wrong, but you could make that argument. I mean, I guess it's kind of a power-up. You can take an extra hit. But the fact you lose it, just like I'm losing it at this level, in my opinion, makes it not a power-up. And then in You Eat Soup, and technically this game, the Super Acorn is kind of just a refined version of the Super Leaf and Propeller Suit. So you get your one mid-air burst, but you can also glide and get good horizontal distance as well. I think I prefer Super Acorn to Propeller Suit most of the time. So yeah. Anyway, Galaxy had power-ups, but the Ice Flower in that game, all the power-ups in Galaxy 1 were temporary, except for Spring Mushroom, which was temporary until you... Which wasn't temporary, but it only lasted as long as you didn't get hit or use a launch star, and it allowed you to jump higher and have a control scheme that was harder than most control schemes to control. Then the... Not propeller. And the bee suit was basically just flying, but, like, you could stick to honey walls, and you could land on clouds and flowers, I believe, without falling through them. Or something like that. It's been a while since I've played Galaxy. And you could fly for a short bit of time. I feel like Galaxy's power-ups are the closest any 3D Mario has been to having actual power-ups, but it's still not really a full set of power-ups. It still feels very much like more so level gimmicks, especially the way they employ them. You know, you don't keep them from level to level, all that, you know. So... here's how you gotta... If you choose to play this level, you gotta stand on this pipe, land on this thing, head up through this pipe to actually progress. Anyway, and here's the hidden Luigi. So... Galaxy 2 had somewhat actual power-ups, but they were confined to levels 2. Still, the rock mushroom was very situational, still kind of gimmicky, but you got to keep it. It wasn't on a timer, so... Screw it, I'm not going through that. I don't want to... I'm trying to talk, I can't be bothered. Then what about the, what about the... 3D Land. 3D Land, oh, I remember playing this level recently. Why didn't I remember the other ones? Anyway. Dang it. I'm gonna have to either play this again or... anyway. So... Sorry. Rising flood levels make me concentrate no matter if I'm safe or not. Anyway, 3D Land had Fire Flower, Tanuki Leaf. You can tell at what point they were really leaning into Mario 3 nostalgia. And it introduced the Boomerang Flower, which again built on top of the Fire Flower. I think Boomerang Flower is what Fire Flower should have been. Like, Ice Flower is still cool because it can finish off some enemies. Boomerang Flower can't finish off Dry Bones, but it can, like, knock them down. You know, if you know what I mean. So it still feels more like, so it still feels like it's, you know, more powerful. And the boomerang flower comes back to you. I feel like I definitely touched on this in 3D World. But I think, you know, boomerang flower probably my favorite of the projectile power-ups, unless you count penguin suit. But boomerang flower definitely like top 5 favorite Mario power-ups of all time. Anyway, and then 3D World introduced the cat suit, and the double cherry is more of a gimmick, so it's cannon box. Yeah, cat suit. I kind of go over this in 3D World. So, at this time, we also got the, white Tanuki leaf as a sort of form of, like, if you fail a level enough times, they'll give you a Tanuki leaf that also makes you invincible. Oh my god! It's a different level, but I'm dying to the hidden one-ups that are supposed to be like, you're running low on lives, you need this. Anyway, Sumo Bro Bridge. Anyways, oh my gosh. Bit precarious, I guess. Okay, gimme. No! I hate it. Okay. Sorry, this world is just so much more demanding than the other ones. Or maybe it's just, you know, I don't know. Anyway, a star! I don't get to use it. So yeah. That's basically all the power-ups in Mario history. White Tanuki leaf's kind of fine, would've, I don't know, like for a, you know, you lose enough times type of power-up. Anyway, but let's talk about Wonder's power-ups now. I probably should have just started talking about them a while ago, but I kind of wanted to go over the other power-ups. I mean, as of right now, I would say Penguin Suit's probably my favorite power-up, followed by Boomerang, then maybe, Squirrel, Cat, I don't know. The point being, I just want to give you a frame of reference of what power-ups I enjoy before I start talking about, my hopes for the new ones. Ow. So, let's go over. They confirmed Fire Flower, but we could pretty much assume that. I mean, we saw it in earlier trailers. Fire Flower, it's a staple, of course. It's probably going to be the power-up that you want the least, in the game, in my opinion. And then they confirmed 3 other power-ups aside from Super Mushroom. And presumably Star is going to be available. We saw it available as like a Wonder effect, but presumably it's going to be available as just a normal star, you know? So, where's the last... Oh, I think it's a good old-fashioned... Wait. Gotta build the momentum. Oh, that's scary. Yeah, I kind of knew that was gonna happen. I'm just trying to remember where that second star coin is. So yeah. Mushroom and Fire Flower definitely confirmed. Star returning in some form. Don't know if it'll be available as an actual power-up, though. So, let's start with the elephant in the room. the Elephant Mario power-up. Giving my thoughts and opinions, Elephant was definitely a weird way to go, like, especially since our other power-ups, animal power-ups we've had have been Penguin, you know, like, oh, okay, penguins are cute, adorable, whatever. Frog, you know, we need a swimming power-up. Blue Shell, which is more of a Koopa thing, you know, Tanuki Leaf, you know, Japanese mythology, whatever, right? You know, Flying Squirrel, I guess. You know, it's still kind of similar to a raccoon. You know, cat. Cat's a common animal we have. You know, but elephant. Like, seriously, elephant is the one that I'm kind of thinking doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, why choose elephant as our, you know, new power-up? I mean, it looks like it's a good power-up. It basically looks like mini Mega Mushroom, if that makes sense. Like, we can break blocks from the side instead of just, you know, from below. I thought for sure the last star coin was, or the second star coin was up there. Is it up this one? No. Maybe it's in there. Hold on. But yeah, so breaking blocks sideways instead of just from above is a very, you know, Mega Mushroom thing, or from below is, you know, Mega Mushroom. But it definitely seems like a smaller Mega Mushroom where you're not destroying the whole level, you know, in the process. I'm gonna see. Power up, power up. So, I guess, you know, that seems cool. You can break multiple blocks at once before falling back down. It doesn't look like you're any heavier. And we haven't seen, I don't remember seeing any footage of Mario doing any triple jumps or anything. Or wall jumps. I mean, I presume there, no, we've seen wall jumps. But no triple jumps so far, so will Mario be able to triple jump at all? I don't know. And will Elephant Mario be able to triple jump? I don't know. What I will say, though, is, that, being able to run along, that was an accident, 2 block long gaps, is very, also, situational. You know, but it definitely seems like a less situational situation, than, like, just other power-ups we've had. So Elephant Mario on the whole, and you can store water in your trunk and use it, and use your trunk as sort of a Tanuki Leaf tail, but instead of attacking around you, you attack a good amount in front of you vertically. Yeah, seems pretty cool, and the fact it has a little bit of, like, if something's thrown from the sky and you hit it, it'll go back up into the sky. You know, it feels very, like, very good design. And it definitely seems like it has a lot of abilities compared to the Fire Flower. You know, and they all seem like abilities an elephant would have, which makes sense. But I think that begs the question, what came first? The abilities they wanted to give Mario, or the elephant idea? I think that the elephant idea came before the abilities they wanted to give, you know? Like, I feel like the whole gliding thing, you know, for the squirrel suit, that came first before the idea of what power-up they would actually make it would be. They knew they wanted Mario to glide, and then they thought, okay, how do we get him to glide like that? And they said, squirrel suit. you know? But with Elephant Mario, it feels more like we're making a new wacky Mario game, you know? That's maybe a bit unconventional. What sort of unconventional animals can we include? And then somebody said elephant, and then they said, okay, what would the elephant do? Because elephant really is a weird pick for a power-up, in my opinion. So, yeah. Oh, I can totally make that. Okay. Maybe small, but there we go. Got it. So yeah, elephant, weird choice, but overall it looks good, and it demonstrates a common theme about the Wonder power-ups. Fire Flower is the same as ever, but the other Wonder power-ups seem like they have, like, more than just one thing. They all seem like they got the penguin suit treatment. You know, where penguin suit's good swimming, doesn't slip on ice, it can belly slide and throw ice balls, you know? Our next power-up, I think, makes the Fire Flower obsolete, and that's the Bubble Flower. It's basically Bubble Yoshi from this game. So what it allows you to do is defeat enemies that the Fire Flower can't defeat. That's the main one that it, has going for it. The whole, yeah, defeat enemies Fire Flower can't beat, deal. I don't think, it's up there. Maybe it's later in the level that happens. Or maybe, nope. Okay. So, Bubble Flower can defeat enemies that Fire Flower can't. You know, such as Dry Bones. And that is what really makes the Fire Flower obsolete, in Wonder. It's not just the fact that, you know, there are so many other options, but it's the fact that the Bubble Flower basically does the Fire Flower's job better. Traps enemies in bubbles. What else? So traps enemies in bubbles. The bubbles can go through walls to trap said enemies. Oh, and the enemies trapped in bubbles are just turned into coins, basically like Bubble Baby Yoshi. You know. So, you know, there's that. Then, there's the fact that, it's not just, trapping the enemies in bubbles, but you can also use the bubbles as platforms. You can with Bubble Baby Yoshi, but, you know, now it's just a power-up. So use the bubbles as platforms for extra, you know, if you want to jump farther or higher, you know. And, we haven't seen any characters use the spin jump, at least in official trailers. There was some, like, Nintendo Treehouse gameplay that I didn't watch, because I want to remain as spoiler-free as possible that I can. Though that might be a tough call to make. I usually just take whatever Nintendo posts on their official, you know, YouTube, to be what I can officially look at without it being, like, spoilers. So, yeah. But, Bubble Flower, even if Spin Jump isn't coming back, Bubble Flower can do still a spin attack, and the bubbles just float from wherever you throw them. They don't bounce along the ground. But this makes the Bubble Flower better in every way than the Fire Flower, unless there is an enemy that is farther away than your bubble can reach that you want to get rid of, or an enemy, like, below you, because the Bubble Flower can't hit things that are below it. It hits on the same level that you are. But otherwise, it's better than every way in the Fire Flower, and it still has a bit of that multi-layeredness that, you know, the Elephant Mario has. I think it's cool. I don't know if I agree with the pink coloring for when you have the bubble flower, but, you know, it's whatever. You know. So, and then, last but not least, we have the drill mushroom. This one's interesting. It's basically they took the spiny helmet from Mario Maker. And the main thing that I think we need to point out with that is not just the fact that, oh, it's, you know, spiny helmet and it can kill enemies that are above you, but it's the fact that, you know, since it can kill the enemies above you, you know, like, your first thought is it drills into the ground. And while that's technically true, it can drill into the ground and allow you to get by some enemies, you know, under the ground, you know, which is a cool idea. It's more than just that, you know, it's also Hidden Luigi. It also, you know, allows you to actually, allows you to, you know, fully, what am I trying to say? You can dig underground, you can dig in the ceiling. So underground, it's a way to get past through small gaps instead of using a mini mushroom, as well as dig past enemies. And in the ceiling, if there is a ceiling, again, it allows you to reach new places, you know. So it's great for exploration in a way, you know, similar. So that's the thing. It's not like the Fire Flower and Tanuki Leaf, where one is clearly better for combat and one is great for exploration. All the Wonder power-ups, excluding Fire Flower, are great for both combat and exploration, because the drill allows you to also do a ground pound that is a drill attached, meaning you can land on, I believe, spiky enemies as well. Can I not lose to you here? Okay, thanks. So then, there's also the, and then the spike helmet functionality of the drill allows you, you know, to jump into otherwise, you know, spiky enemies, you know, and damage them, you know, acting as extra protection. Which really makes me feel like the Fire Flower is obsolete. In almost every situation, I feel like I would rather have a drill, an elephant, or a bubble. Because they're great for exploration as well as good, you know, combat utility. You know? I think the drill is the best for exploration, but it's still pretty good for its combat utility. The elephant, I think, is probably the best for, combat. I think the elephant is the most balanced. The bubble flower, I think, is the best for combat. And the Fire Flower is probably Fire Flower, I think, is probably still the actual best for combat, but you know, I think the elephant flower, or not elephant flower, elephant fruit probably does have a lot of good combat usage. Makes you feel powerful. And it's probably decently good for exploration, but I think elephant fruit's probably best combat. Bubble flower, I think, really balanced between combat and exploration. It allows you to get a couple extra jumps if you strategically just need to get up a little higher somewhere. The drill mushroom, I think, is probably my favorite of these options. The reason being is, I just like how it looks when they have the drill. I like the idea of burying yourself in the ground. Burrowing? I think it would be burrowing is the actual term. Burrowing yourself into the ground, and And then, dang it. And then, you know, also the fact you can jump up into enemies, just like if you were wearing a spiny helmet from Mario Maker. You know, I think that's, it just makes it seem really powerful, like, you know. So, that's how I feel about them. I think, personally, Drill Mushroom, followed by Bubble Flower, followed by probably, Elephant Fruit, then Fire Flower. I mean, but that's the thing. I'm a bit worried about why they bothered including a Fire Flower. I guess it's a staple core part of the Mario series. But my main issue with them including it is how do we really go about, you know, justifying it in game? Which makes me think that there's going to be obstacles where you need to, just how, like, it seems like Elephant is going to be able to bring water places. I wonder if there's going to be torches or things to light with the Fire Flower. Or just other things for it to do, because I feel like otherwise, why do we have the Fire Flower? The only real reason I could see why the Fire Flower is still in this game, if it doesn't have an exploratory ability, is if gonna have to replay the level. It's fine. I'm probably gonna have to replay it for a different reason here in a minute too, unless I'm thinking of a different level. I might be. But you know, I feel like it would have been cooler if they just had the, yeah, there's the last star coin. I think it would have been cooler if they just had the new power-ups, because it was such a... Wonder was a vastly different game from what we expect from Mario. I don't know. I think that would have been cooler. I can understand why they include Fire Flower. But with all the new Wonder power-ups being so focused on both exploration and combat, you know, and truly being really good power-ups, you know, like, I would say that after playing with, I haven't used them yet, so I don't know how to rank them yet, but I would say they could probably surpass Penguin Suit and Boomerang Flower on my rankings list and become my new favorites. But yeah, I definitely think that, okay, it's gonna be right up here. Gotcha. So, yeah, where's the last star coin? Ow. I believe it's like right... Dang it! Okay, I'll make another run of the level. Anyway. But the fact the Fire Flower is still in the game, it makes me wonder if maybe the new power-ups in Wonder, the Drill Mushroom, Bubble Flower, and Elephant Fruit, are gonna be slightly uncommon. Like, we've definitely seen a lot of them, but maybe that's because they're trying to show off all the new power-ups, and maybe, in actuality, they're only gonna be in a few specific levels, and whatnot, and we're gonna see stuff like the Ice Flower, return. I definitely think there's still potential for the Ice Flower to return, but the Bubble Flower is overlapping it just a little bit, so I don't know. And I definitely think that there is potential, I kind of really want to see a 2D boomerang flower, but I don't know. I think there's definitely potential for there to be one more power-up. Although, most Mario games kind of have the fire flower and one, maybe two other power-ups, so it's unlikely. I guess the thing is I feel like it's, even as much as I'm not a big fan of the fire flower, it feels wrong to have it there and not also have... I died to the stupid piranha plant because I wasn't paying attention. But it feels wrong to have the fire flower there and not have another kind of basic power-up. Like, the literal only thing I can think of is the fire flower is going to be super common, whereas the others are not. Even then, it's like, yeah, why would you ever want to use the fire flower unless they include, like, ice blocks that, like, unless they include, like, a lot of ice blocks that need to be unfrozen, you know, or torches that need to be lit in the game, you know? Maybe just by having the fire flower, you glow a little bit, so dark areas aren't as big of a thing. I really don't know. And I really am unsure of... I feel like it would have been cooler if they just said, you know, we're fine with ditching the fire flower because we're going for something brand new this game. But I guess I don't know. I think oh my god. I think they kept it around because the fire flower is a classic. I think the fire flower design looks pretty good for most people. And I think the elephant design for the elephant fruit looks good for Mario, Luigi, the Toads. You know, they all look fine. Peach and Daisy, I don't know, something about their elephant form rubs me the wrong way. Like, I think I would have preferred it if they continued to have their normal hairdos, like, in elephant form, instead of their hair color just being put, like, at least for Peach, I believe her hair color got put on her ears, and it's like... I think it also would have been better if they just kept them as gray. Even though, you know, Peach and Daisy themselves, you know, aren't, but, like, Mario and Luigi aren't gray, you know, and you could have kept, you know, so I think it would have been better if they either made everybody their character color when they're an elephant, or they kept Peach and Daisy gray. I think just keeping Peach and Daisy gray would have gone a long way to making the elephant form look better. And maybe keeping the hair, because Mario and Luigi still have their mustaches in elephant form. So for Peach and Daisy to keep the hairdo, you know, I think it would have been fine. I don't know, maybe it would have looked weird, I don't know. I just think, you know, elephant, cool idea, just doesn't look good on Peach and Daisy. You know, I think it looks the best on the Toads. Bubble Flower, however, pink is kind of the only option they had to make it. Like, they couldn't exactly make it, you know, blue or red. Those are fire and ice flower colors. So, you know, but I don't know what else, you know, but I guess, like, pink for Bubble, kind of soapy color, even though soap isn't always pink. You know, pink is fine. It looks okay on Luigi, or it looks pretty good on Luigi, and it looks, okay on Mario, but for it to be, like, a pink and purple thing for Peach, kind of is, like, okay, you know, same for Toadette. It's like, you know, yes, let's introduce this new power-up that makes characters, you know, primary color, you know, pink, when we already, I guess, like, Fire Mario is similarly, you know, Mario's already red, so in fire form, his coloration is white. I guess fire's primary coloration must be white, but then they make it red for the toads. But they keep it white for Peach. You know, it's a whole thing with power-up inconsistency. But I think the Bubble Flower, because it just makes them look like Fire Flower but pink, I mean, it's appropriate, because that's kind of what the Bubble Flower is to some extent. It's better Fire Flower, you know. But I don't know. Still could have. I still think that, you know, pink wasn't the best choice, in my opinion, for, oh. Ow. There's Hidden Luigi. But yeah, pink maybe wasn't my first choice. I've been waiting for, like, an electricity flower that's, like, green and yellow, for a good while. Just like how the fire flower is red and orange, and the ice flower is blue and blue, and the bubble flower is now pink and purple. You know, I don't know, I think an electricity power-up could have been cool. Like, we already have the Sumo Bros that I'm literally fighting right now, sort of producing electricity. Though I guess, you know, how would electricity work when Mario uses it? I don't know. I don't work at Nintendo, so it's not my job to figure that out. But I don't know. I think it could have been cool. Just to have. Oh my god. This is gonna be a whole thing. I don't want to die in the boss battle. Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah. And then Drill Mushroom, making it, gray and red color scheme. Beautiful, incorporating the drill into the actual design. Also beautiful. I think Drill Mushroom just looks the best out of the new power-ups introduced. It looks the best on everyone. So, yeah. I really hope there's maybe at least one more power-up we don't know about, but I think the Wonder power-ups are great because they balance attacking with exploration, and they're everything a power-up should be. Like a great modern Mario power-up. But we'll have to see how they play out in game. And I guess that wraps up the thoughts on power-ups. So, I don't know, I guess we'll talk about the online mode and stuff next time! But for now, my name has been and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and it always will be Pun Food. I think that every time they introduce, like, new Mario power-ups, they just expand on what they think a power-up could be. It's like they're powering up the power-ups. That was actually a really bad one.